Hello, everyone. I'm Niecy.
Hey, I'm Gunnstip. How's everybody doing this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending on when you're watching the video? So today we're going to talk about Hope Church of Christ service. And I didn't actually attend. I attended the service on the internet, but she actually went to the live service. So today we're going to talk about how the service went and what she thought about the service. And she's going to share a little bit with me, along with you all. So let's get started.
Okay. Well, today was a guest speaker from Willow Church of Christ in, I think, Enterprise, Alabama. I forgot his name. What was his name?
His name was William Bush from Enterprise, Alabama.
Pastor William Bush.
Right, Pastor William Bush.
And basically the subject was, who told you that? We was in the book of Genesis about Adam and Eve. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows the story of Adam and Eve. He was basically saying that Adam felt ashamed because he was naked, but actually he shouldn't have been ashamed because it says it in the Bible that he was not ashamed, and I believe it was in Genesis 3. I believe it was Genesis 3, but don't quote me on it.
Yeah.
Because I have to study myself. But it actually said that he was not ashamed, but because the snake, which was Satan,
Right. Yeah.
came in the mix, that's why he felt the shame. And that's why God punished him, because even though Eve ate the apple, he was still the head. And that's what I got from it. It was interesting, and you should have been in attendance.
yeah. And a lot of times in life, like one thing I took away from the service is what he said, and I was sharing with her, is that a lot of times, we feel ashamed, or we see ourselves a certain way, but God doesn't see us like that. God sees so much more for us. We just have to learn to see what God sees, and even though we sin, we may feel bad about it, and people may make us feel worse than we should feel. Know that God loves us, and know that if we come to Him, we ask for forgiveness, that He forgives us, and that He sees so much more than what the world sees and what we actually see in ourselves. So, that's what I took from the service too. Knowing who you are through Christ. That's a great way to be. That's a great way. When you learn how to feel that, because he said it during the service. When you learn how to feel that, that's when your blessings open up for you. When you learn how to see yourself how God sees you. We have a little B problem.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah, so we had a little B problem. So we got it rectified. So yeah, like I was saying, knowing who you are, and in Christ, that's when your blessings open up. And so, you have to get to a place. We all have to get to a place. Me too. And I'm thinking to myself first. I have to get to a place where knowing who you are, and knowing how God sees you, and walking in alignment with that. So, want to add anything to it? But we actually been watching him and saying we were going to attend church for a long time. I don't know how many years it's been since we were watching him, because he actually used to do
About 4.
Yeah, about 4 years. He actually used to do him and his wife used to do a thing where they would come on and talk together and share about their marriage and couples, and try to inspire couples to walk in line with God. So that's how we actually started watching and started. I always said that I was going to attend. We said we were going to attend, but like I said before, my other videos, well, not my other videos, but I said before, one of the reasons why I had an issue with Pastor. He actually said that today in the church.
Mm-hmm.
He said
On your other channel.
my other channel. Yeah, but he actually said that in church today, in the service today, that people say that most people say, and I was one of those people, say that I didn't want to go because of what people did, what the pastors would do in the church. But You know, a lot of times, you know, that's what's we're all going. We're all going to get better, and everybody's full of sin. You know, everybody has sin on them, so nobody's perfect. So the best place to be is in church, and so that's what he said. That's what he's referring to today in the service.
Yeah. And to forgive.
Yeah, and to
To
forgive.
forgive and put it in God's hand, not the world's hand.
Yeah.
And that can be hard.
I'm pretty much saying that, and we both were saying that, you know, don't let um, the things, your thoughts about how the church should be, you know, because you can't change anything from the outside. That's the way I look at it. You have to be on the inside to change things. Whether it's a school event, you part of your school doing something for the school, you part of doing something for anything in the world that you're part of doing something for. You have to be inside. You can get most of your opinion on the outside, but if you're gonna vote your opinion on the outside, you have to get involved and get moving and help, do something to help. Then you probably should be, in my opinion, you should keep quiet. So that's what I had to learn myself, that if I'm not going to be a part of the church, if I'm not going to go to church, then how can I criticize what's going on in the church? I can't criticize anybody. So that's how I feel now. So I started back going, you know, and I enjoy the service. And every time I go, each time I go, it's always a message that something that I'm prayed for, or something that I thought about, and I get a confirmation from attending the church. You ever feel like that?
Yes. I feel like sometimes throughout the week, when you go through certain situations throughout the week lately, and then on Sunday when we go to service, it's kind of divine. Like he speak about what had already happened that week. Yeah. And I also was speaking about forgiveness before we had that little mishap. About to have
Maybe.
I was also speaking
it's windy
about
out here. It's windy out here, folks. It's a nice, beautiful day, but it's windy. But go ahead.
in sunny South Florida.
Right. Yeah.
About forgiveness. You have to forgive. No matter what the circumstances is, you have to forgive. And put it in God's hand and not the world's hand. And we're speaking for ourselves as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That part. Yep.
But sometimes, some cases, forgiveness is hard, you know. Cause,
It is very hard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because you're not only dealing with yourself. You're dealing with how you grew up and what you learned throughout the course of your life, and how the world sees certain things. But in a spiritual sense, if God, like she told me that if God can forgive her, then she can forgive me. So, and I appreciate that, because a lot of times, you know, people forgive, but you know, it's hard for, you know, sometimes they really can't, can't forgive.
No, actually I said, not to cut you off, actually I said if God can forgive all these people in the world that have sinned, because a lot of us have sinned in this world, all of us.
Yeah.
If that one God can forgive everybody in this world, why can't one individual forgive another individual? That's what I said.
Okay.
And it's true.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes I was saying too, sometimes, you know, people base forgiveness on in my opinion, people base forgiveness on who people are, certain people are, and they give advice based on not being in that situation. You know, because people can give you advice about forgiveness, give you advice about life and what you should and shouldn't do, but at the same time, when it comes to their time to do certain things, it's the opposite. It's the opposite of what they're telling you to do. So sometimes, you know, you can't base like somebody told me, like, people tell you and give you advice based on what they want you to know. So sometimes you have to, like, go to your spiritual father about everything. Mm-hmm. Put God as your foundation. God is your foundation, and let God lead you. And you pray about what you got, where you're going, where you have to go, and that way you'll know. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right there.
In a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also find hope. I don't know if you anything else you want to add, close out. No? Anything else you want to say?
No, not right now.
But this is the start of our videos. You know, we're gonna come on here and share more and talk more. But it's basically gonna be
Of Niecy&Gunnstip.
Niecy&Gunnstip. But
Now in the background, like, who is Niecy&Gunnstip?
yeah, right.
Who is Niecy&Gunnstip?
Right.
We have a story, y'all.
But yeah, we definitely have a story. We've been through a lot. We've been through a lot together, and thank God we're still able to be here for each other. And like I told her when we first met, I told her that she's a great person, and regardless of whether I can be together as a couple or not, she's somebody I want to hold as a friend. So I'm glad of that. So I'm glad that we're able to still communicate and be friends and be cordial with each other. It's been 6 years. 6 years, six long years, 6 hard years, 6 great years. But it's been 6 years, and we're gonna come back. But we want to come. It's kind of like our foundation is gonna be a spiritual foundation. You agree with that?
Spiritual foundation, yeah.
So this channel gonna be based on spirituality first, and then everything else is gonna come on like lay on top, like we build a foundation of a house. So, but yeah, I was going to actually say too that you can find Hope Church of Christ, Hope Church of Christ here on our YouTube. Go to their channel, subscribe to their channel, check some of their live feeds out. They have services on 2 services, one on one at 8 a.m. and the other one at 11:30. 11:30.
11.
At 11. So we'll go over to that channel, check them out, and we'll be here. So we'll be back. How often we're gonna do videos?
I don't want to say it and it don't be true. So we'll be here when we be here, y'all.
Okay. All right.
Because we don't need to see each other every day.
That's true. But that ain't gotta stop us from doing a video.
But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
I don't even want to tell y'all how many times a week and all that, because we'll just see.
Yeah. Just keep.
But subscribe.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Follow us.
Like the channel.
Click that bell so you'll never miss a video when we do post a video.
That's right.
That part.
So with that being said, we'll see y'all next time. Be safe, be blessed, and we'll see you.
Peace.
Peace out. Bless.